I want to go over to the second part that you introduced there, which is this Gen Z shift. We got ourselves trained on the fact that nobody's going to want to talk. And once the older generation, that trend moves on, nobody's going to want to talk to us on the phone. It could be a very small part of that. But we're actually seeing now that the younger generation actually does want to do that. And so tell me a little bit about that shift. And how are you thinking about that in terms of your own internal strategy and what you're doing as a result?
Yeah. I mean, I find it hard to believe, Steve, every time I hear that stat. I've got a 14-year-old son, and I don't think he's called me on the phone. He doesn't know how to make a phone call on the phone, but he certainly knows how to WhatsApp or Snapchat me. But it's really interesting speaking to other professionals within our industry, where the conversation that this generation is looking for is different to the conversation of the past, but they are wanting a conversation. So when I've tried to deep dive into what does this actually mean, because you can easily go, oh, right, they want to speak to someone, or they want that personalized relationship. And like we talked to contact centers of old, actually, they want speed, and they want more about speed and resolution. So whichever is the quickest way for them to reach an outcome so they can get on with their day, onto their next thing, that's what they're looking for, which is why voice started to rise in that generation, because actually sometimes picking up the phone and articulating your query and getting it sorted is the quickest way. But that generation is very much about lifestyle. So it is about enabling them to have the lifestyle that they want. So actually they want to be out, going out early one night. So they don't want to be waiting for a WhatsApp to respond. That's the difference. And that's really where I'm starting to think. One of the things I'm thinking about, Steve, and we've got a few prototypes on the go, is actually having use of AI voice bots. So they're talking to someone, but the query's being handled by AI. And we're seeing whether or not that fits the expectation. But who knows? We could be being too clever, but it is exciting.